the CEO of VIPeel. We're going to talk about your skin. There she
Yay,
is.
it works. Hi, Mona. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, staying
Yeah.
positive.
I see that. You're such inspiration. I see how positive you're staying and, you know, all the things you're up to.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's actually been some amazing moments that have happened during this quarantine that I hope to continue on when it's all over. So,
Yeah.
you know, there is a lot of brightness to it all if you look hard enough.
You're right. You're right. Tell me what kind of things you are looking forward to keeping up.
Okay, so I'm sure you've seen my Instagram videos. And recently, my kids and I have just started dancing a lot together.
Nice.
Like, honestly, we didn't really do that before. And my mom was here and she was like showing them choreography to dances, just like to keep them upbeat and get their energy out too, so they would sleep. But I don't know, I didn't dance with my kids before in the middle of the playroom all day. Like, so that's something that I hope to continue after this is all over. Like, so
finding little joys and
yeah,
little things that you do.
It's been fun, and it's kind of crazy to think, right? As a working mom, this is the most time I've spent with my kids. Really?
That's true. Yeah.
Right? It's
when you don't have that LA commute and, you know, you just have more time in the evenings.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's some good things about this new world we're living in.
I think so too. I think that if we consider some of the things that have changed in our life, and I posted something yesterday where it was about, you know, what from this do you want to keep up, or what from this do you realize you want to let go of? And I think a lot of us are going to come to some realizations where it's like, actually, I think I want to let go of maybe like this obligation that I always felt like I had to do, or this particular habit that I kept up previously.
Yeah, you know? That's really amazing. That's a good way to put it. The other side of it too.
I love following you, and I love VIPeel because you are, you know, the CEO of this amazing company that so many of us in the aesthetic space use. So many of our clients at Incredible use VIPeel products. So many of my friends are using VIPeel or looking to get a VIPeel after I got mine, and I love my results. And, you know, right now in quarantine, we're kind of neglecting a lot of our mental health, obviously is at risk, but outside of that, I think physical health, and then just the physical self, you know. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I did my hair and makeup for this, but it's been a while since I've actually like cared to put some time into my regime.
Yeah, doesn't it feel so much better though when you just
does.
Yeah,
it does. I feel like holding on to something, doing something in the morning for yourself or in the evening for your skin, it really does improve your mood. And so I wanted to ask you, what are you doing right now in quarantine, and what do you recommend to our patients or our providers that are watching?
So I have to say, I've seen a lot out there about how people are doing like all these amazing new skin regimens and like 10 steps now that they're in quarantine, or maybe even they're just like, they're learning a new language and they're writing a book, and they're like, they're trying to achieve so many goals. And I feel like that's amazing. That's incredible. And maybe that works for you. But for me, I'm just trying to keep up with my happiness and my well-being. So I'm not trying to like overexert myself or like start a whole new skincare regimen. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been doing anything I don't usually do with my skincare. I haven't been like masking extra. I don't really mask at all. Like, you know, we still have kids, so it's not like we have that much time. We're working.
Right.
So I would say with skincare, obviously to take care of my skin, whether I'm in quarantine or not in quarantine. So I've been using our cleanser every morning, of course. I think you need to start with a fresh facade every morning, and it really sets the mood for the day. It has like a really nice citrus scent. I think aromatherapy is really important for mood boosting. And then in the mornings, I also use our Retinol Age Defying Moisturizer. So I think,
great.
I think retinol is crucial for if you can't do professional treatments right now, right? None of us can go and do any laser or chemical peels. We're missing those effective treatments. At least I would say use something with vitamin A in it while you're stuck at home, because
Okay.
you're going to get the anti-aging benefits, and it's going to slough off the dead skin cells and promote collagen production. So at least while you're in quarantine, taking care of your skin that way is important. And then other than that, like I've been trying some new things. Well, like this, so this is a night peel from Isden. I haven't
Okay.
used it yet, but I'm going to test it out. So I'll let you
Nice.
know how it goes.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, I do this kind of stuff all the time. So like I said, whether I'm in quarantine or not, I'm always trying different peels out there, I love acids, obviously. I sell
To
the
get that
VIPO.
layer, right?
I think acids are kind of magical. I mean, I think exfoliation really, truly does help with anti-aging and just like make you have an amazing canvas. So I'm really into acids. I also use a tretinoin like 3 times a week,
Okay.
0.1%. So with
And what
that,
does that do? What does that do for you?
so tretinoin is a form of vitamin A, just like retinol, but retinol is a weaker version of tretinoin. And so it's the same thing. It's going to promote collagen production. It's going to promote cell turnover. It's the gold standard in anti-aging. I mean,
Wonderful.
that's the gold standard for dermatologists. Vitamin A, tretinoin. It's been around forever. It's super effective. I know a woman personally that's used it for like 30 years, Retin-A, and she has less lines and wrinkles than me. Like she's at least 30 years older than me. Not one line, the plumpest, like firmest, most like collagen,
Really?
beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
30
that.
years.
Need that.
She's been using it 30 years. So
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, tretinoin works. Like it's
and is
proven.
this something that you recommend we speak to our doctors about? And
Yes, it is
Okay.
only something that you can get at a physician's office or medical spa. So right now, obviously, things are limited. We are drop shipping for our accounts. So
Okay.
if one of your accounts that you go to regularly carries the VI Derm line, we can drop ship to your house.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
you still support small business that way, because you're
That's
not.
great.
I think it's really important to try and help our accounts right now, because I know they're all really suffering, because I mean, they really have to shut down. So,
Right,
and
right.
anything we can do to help them, but it is something you need to get from a physician. You can't get this over the counter. You're not going to find this on Sephora or anything else.
Okay, so definitely ask your aesthetic professional, ask your provider about the tretinoin, how you can get it. The VI tretinoin in particular seems like a great one. It's funny, I have just recently been using retinol, and noticed that my skin started to peel pretty aggressively. So I feel like if you've never used it before, this is a good time to do it, because you'd start to peel.
Yeah, so there is like the ugly period when you start using tretinoin. That's what they call it. So the first few weeks you could have peeling and sloughing off and just like kind of uneven skin tone, actually. The other thing you could do is not use it every night. If your skin needs to adapt, you could do it 3 times a week, instead of doing it every night. And that way your skin can adapt. And then once it stops peeling, then you can use it every night. And then the other thing I use, because sometimes my skin does peel, I do use like an oil from Eminence. That's really nice. I have really acne prone skin. So
really, I would never guess that.
Yeah, very acne prone. I call it sensitive because sometimes I never know what's going to make me break out. So like I have to be really careful. I don't really like to experiment too much with the new products, but like oil, I would never ever in my life think that I would be using oil on my skin.
See, I love oil because I have very dry skin. And I feel like being indoors and kind of this whole shift in our lifestyle has affected our skin even more. So maybe oils would be good to give you that nourishment.
Yeah, and oil's really decadent. I feel like there's something really like enjoyable about putting oil on your skin. You know, like kind of massaging it in. It is like self-care, applying the facial oil. And this one from Eminence has oils in it that smells so delicious. So it is like, again, like that aromatherapy that I really do believe in. And you know, after you put the oil on your skin, it just looks amazing. Like,
you're right. We have a comment from Hannah that says, how does she get such radiant skin? She's glowing. So you did say you exfoliate.
I do. And I'm not gonna lie, I did we are testing a new product, so I did do an at-home peel a couple days ago.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah, so
great.
I'm a little peely right now, but I
So
did do an at-home
possibly
peel.
something in the works for us to be
Exactly.
able to do. Okay, great.
Uh-huh, exactly. Only through VI accounts. You would purchase it through the local businesses. Because again, we
Okay.
really want to support the local businesses and the local med spas and doctors' offices during this time.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any recommendations for a natural exfoliant for those of us who, you know, can't get our hands on the medical grade? Like, how could we do something? And we've got a question from Zena saying, what's the best type of natural exfoliant?
So what I would say with exfoliant, again, back to acids, I like the acid type exfoliants versus the physical, like bead rough ones. Because I think, so like I said, I've always had acne. And for the longest time, I thought more is better. So I like scrub my face, put every acid, you know, glycolic, benzoyl peroxide, salt, everything. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, it didn't make my acne better. So I learned that less is more for me.
Okay.
So when it comes to exfoliants, I don't like those exfoliants that have too much of a rough texture. For me personally, I think my skin, it actually makes me break out more. So for
Interesting.
natural exfoliants, I like lactic acid. That's a natural acid from milk. Willow bark extract. So if they're maybe looking for something with those kind of ingredients in them,
Okay.
but if they're trying to make something at home, or is that not what the question is? Natural.
Something natural. We had another question from Arun that says that I break out easily. What's an easy skincare routine? I think people are looking for also a simple solution that they could do daily that won't require going out too much. Obviously, we can order from, like, I definitely agree with you. Let's, if we can, order from our aesthetic professionals,
Local.
order from
Yeah.
these local businesses. They carry these lines. Ask them if they carry VIPL or a particular line that you're looking
Yeah,
for.
and there's so many fabulous lines out there, but I do think like support local if you can and call the offices and see if they're shipping. Like find out if you can place an order versus going to Sephora.com or Ulta.com, honestly.
Right.
And the products that the accounts carry are far superior than those, in my opinion, than those
Right.
websites. I mean, you're going to
Yeah,
get like pharmaceutical grade formulas that are
there's
going to
a,
be super effective.
there's
So, and then with
absolutely a difference.
acne, the other
Right.
thing is diet. She said she breaks out easily.
Right. And a simple,
I I had to cut out dairy.
okay. That's a tough
Um,
one.
so depressing because I basically lived on cheese before that, and it's really sad that I had to give up my cheese.
Now,
I love
did you give up your yogurt too, or did you give up yogurt?
everything, and
Everything.
my skin changed. And that's not to say that's going to work for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
because I know some people that cut out dairy and does nothing. The really important thing too is you have to cut it out for like 8 to 12 weeks, not 1 week and then say it didn't do anything.
That's a long commitment.
You got to do it. It's worth
Yeah.
it. If you have acne, it's worth it. So I would say try maybe also changing your diet.
Okay.
Maybe even like keeping a food diary if you're breaking out and then seeing when the breakouts happen. Because I can, after I hit a cheese plate up,
Mm-hmm.
the next day, cystic acne. Like, it's, yeah.
Well, she's gonna take your advice. She says, I'm gonna try it out. Thanks, and buy cheese.
I know. It's so sad. There's vegan cheese. Some of it's okay. Some of it's
we
not so
have
good.
we have another question for you. This is wonderful. Broken vessels and doing a peel. Do you think that's going to help at all, or any recommendations for any broken bed? I actually have that as well. Actually, underneath my makeup is
Like
rosacea
vascular.
and
Okay.
melasma. Yeah. So anything that you recommend if someone were to have broken vessels, they can ask their doctor.
So the VI peel, it won't affect the broken vessels negatively. So it's not a contraindication. Let's start there. It's not a contraindication. Now, will it help the broken vessels? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
It will not help the broken vessels because the broken vessels are beneath the skin on the vascular level, and the peel is not going to affect that. So while it's not a contraindication, I don't think it's going to help the broken vessels. Broken vessels, I think like IPL works with broken vessels. Like there's some light therapy.
Mm-hmm.
But the VIPO will help with rosacea, because you did mention rosacea.
Right.
And a lot of times people with rosacea are like, a peel? I can't do a peel. That sounds scary, right?
Right.
But rosacea is basically damaged skin cells. And the VI peel, any chemical peel, is like controlled damage. So you're causing those skin cells to recuperate and repair themselves. And that's how it helps with the rosacea. It actually makes your skin cells more resilient in the long run.
Got it. So, so
I
that's
see.
I think people are going to be lining up. I mean, just imagine all of us have been sitting at home and not able to really do anything to our skin, and we're going to just kind of, I feel like I'm just collecting, you know, a lot of dust and old and dry, you know, dead skin cells. And so, what would you say? I mean, covering skin, I think we went over exfoliation and things like that. Many of us aren't going to be able to go to see our esthetician for some of those other novelty treatments like Botox or fillers. If you feel like you are like in need of something to help you like keep your lines away, what would you recommend that we do to kind of keep us at bay?
I have bad news. I have bad news.
Share it.
Wrinkles, I mean, wrinkles are tough. I mean, there's not much you can do for wrinkles in a cream. I'm going to put it out there. You need professional treatments. If you already have the wrinkles, you do need professional treatments. If you're trying to prevent the wrinkles, then you're really in good shape, because then the vitamin A's will really help.
Okay.
But once the lines are there, I do think vitamin A can help, but it needs to be used in conjunction with some of the professional treatments, laser, you know, microneedling, chemical peels. That's the stuff that works on wrinkles. And by the way, Botox actually doesn't fix the wrinkles or treat the wrinkles. Really, it's kind of masking the problem, because it freezes the muscle and it does make the wrinkles look more relaxed, but it's not actually repairing the wrinkles. So if there's already a deep wrinkle there, Botox is not going to fix that. And that's where the laser comes in, or chemical peels, or microneedling. You need something that's really reparative.
Right. Yeah.
So
definitely.
I would say at home for wrinkles, vitamin A, tretinoin. That's really, don't you agree? Like, it's wrinkles are.
I mean, I think that it's really difficult to completely change the skin, to completely change the way that you look with particular treatments if you're not consistent with whatever direction it is that you choose to go in. And I think that the most important thing that we could do for ourselves right now would be maintenance, and also finding a way to keep our skin looking clean and like dewy and healthy at this point, because of the amount of time that we're spending indoors, and because of the fact that we might not be, you know, doing our usual things to keep our skin looking good, because we're not getting dressed for work, we're not getting dressed for parties, so we might forget masking, or we might forget some skincare tips. Right now, what do you do in terms of like your diet? Because I think the fact that we're all at home, we're able to eat a little bit more than we're usually eating, and some of it might cause, like, again, bloating or breakouts, or accelerate kind of any sort of skin problem. What are the foods that you stay away from, or the foods that you try to make sure are part of your diet?
So normally when I'm not on quarantine, I actually do intermittent fasting.
Nice.
And for me, it's really simple. I stop eating at 6, and then I eat again between 10 and 11, and I don't find it to be very difficult. I think stopping eating by 6 p.m. can like really alter your body, honestly. If you try and stop eating early enough, I really do think you see a huge difference. But now that I'm in quarantine, I haven't been doing intermittent fasting, and that's because I think it kind of does stress your body a little and your mind. And so at this point, I just want to eat when I need to eat, you know, take care of myself, not try and overexert anything, you know. So basically, I mean, I eat. I've been eating less than I do at the office, though. I feel like in the office I snack more. I know that's...
You get access to those sugary snacks.
Exactly. And then lunch, I'm always eating out at the office. And now here I'm making my own food. I'm making my own salad. You see what you're putting into it. So I don't know. I think I'm doing better on my diet on quarantine And I know that sounds weird, right? Because everyone
I
else
mean,
is snacking.
yeah, no, honestly, I would be the opposite. I feel like it's out of boredom. The decisions are made completely out of boredom, or completely out of like just not wanting to sit still and sit in time. But I actually am a fan of intermittent fasting myself, although I do it a bit differently. I stop at 7 and I start at 11.
Perfect.
But just the different ways that you do it. The
I
only
don't know if
thing
I
is,
can make it to 11. Like,
yeah,
there's a point in my
you
morning
get
where I'm like,
hungry.
I am not happy.
It's you get super hungry. I could say that definitely that morning hour is harder for me than the evening hour.
And I think right now, working from home and doing everything over Zoom and video, I need my food because I want to be more alert since I'm not going to be in an office setting.
Yeah.
And I want to be paying it. It's really easy to check out a Zoom or like to check out. It's kind of easy to check out if you know there's a meeting going on and you're in it, and it's not as easy to check out if you're in person.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I need to eat right now, and I just want to be fully focused as much as I can in work. I need my energy.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how I'm gonna make this all work. You know, we're all in crisis mode. So I've been like, I need food.
Food, I mean, that's the thing, that we don't want to like limit ourselves or like put too many like hard restrictions on ourselves right now, because we're already going through so much.
Exactly.
So it's really about like what can actually improve our situation or make us feel a little bit better. And I think skin is a very important part of that, because when we wake up, we have clean skin and we're investing in it. And then also, like, personally, just whether you're a man and you do your hair, or you groom your beard, or whether you're a woman and you put on mascara and lip gloss, like these tiny little things I think go a long way to boost the mood.
They definitely do. And they bring back some normalcy that is much needed right now. Right. You know? So I'm also really enjoying not wearing makeup. And I think that my skin has gotten better from that.
I could see that. I could see a lot of people, a lot of my girlfriends have said that, where they're just like, I've actually noticed that my skin has improved a little bit, or I'm not getting like the usual breakouts right here. You know, being on the phone all day, talking on the phone, you're going to usually see like a breakout along the jawline. So I think some of that is being reduced too.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I feel like my eyelashes grew. I don't know if that's because I've been wearing less mascara. Maybe that's a thing. Like, I think
I know a lot of people are talking to their doctors about how can I get something to help my lashes grow. This would be like a good time to spend.
I think it's always a good time. I use Latisse. I mean, I love it. And I think I used to do eyelash extensions, and I think they do cause damage. They look beautiful though, but they do really damage your eyelashes. So I've been using Latisse, and it's fantastic. I mean, Latisse is amazing.
Yeah, Latisse is wonderful. You do need to do a virtual consult or talk to your doctor about getting that prescription for sure.
Yes, you do.
So you are the CEO of VIPeel, and you are the mother to 2 young children. And I've been to your office in LA. I love it. It's wonderful. Tell us about kind of your life and your company, a little bit about what you guys are up to at VIPeel, how you're handling things.
So what we're up to right now, right? I know things are just different.
I know.
But I mean, we're working, like we're really busy.
Nice.
We're trying to work it from every angle we can. Look, I mean, I'm not gonna scoot around the issue. Obviously, all our accounts are closed. All our customers are closed. I mean, they're the ones really suffering. They're in the services industry, then that's just, completely closed for now. So we're trying to educate. We're doing more Instagram lives, we're doing more webinars, we're trying to connect. We did a really amazing campaign, and we sent 500 free peels out to our accounts so that they could do a VI peel on themselves while they're in quarantine. Obviously, these were only accounts that are licensed professionals, and they did the peel on themselves at home while they're in quarantine. A little self-care, we were talking
that's
about
really nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
And a lot of times these the people that work in the offices don't get to treat themselves with some of the staff in the office or get a free peel. So yeah, we sent it to their house and they were able to do it on themselves. So that's great. But we're just trying to like stay connected and over communicate. I'm trying to over communicate with my team, you know,
Right.
Google Hangouts and Zoom basically like all day.
Google Hangouts and Zoom is a great way to stay connected with the team, I think, because when we're on our phones and we have phone meetings, it's so easy to get distracted.
It is.
Versus like a video call. But
100%.
Yeah, where you're connecting.
You have to do video. Turn on the video. I know a lot of people don't want to turn it on. You know,
turn it on.
It's so much more engaging.
We're all in our sweats.
It's so much more engaging, and it makes you feel reconnected with your team.
It's great to see someone.
Yeah, we've been doing like little things too, where I've been doing like a work from home challenge, and I ask everyone to send a photo. Last week I did send a photo of your favorite snack. So like the whole team was like passing photos around of their favorite snack.
I love that. We did a quarantine Zoom party and a happy hour. So everyone had brought in their drink.
Oh, nice.
Their preferred drink. That was a lot of fun.
How many people were on it?
Oh my gosh, I think we ended up getting like 16 people on it. Yeah, it was great.
That sounds awesome.
Going back to what you mentioned about like a lot of different medical practices and med spas being closed right now, skincare is one of the biggest things that they can offer to their patients, and it's one of the biggest ways that they can continue to connect with their patients. Obviously, you could talk about future treatments that people want to get. You could see someone and take a look at the results of a recent treatment that they got. But seeing people for skincare, I think, is going to be a big push. And so you mentioned that you guys are offering like drop shipping for your different accounts.
We are doing drop shipping. Yeah, so we'll handle shipping directly to your patients, to your clients. You don't really have to lift a finger. You just let us know where to ship it, and we'll ship it directly to them. So it makes it easy. Yeah.
And I think getting little presents in the mail right now could go a long way for our moods.
It really can. I've been really excited to see everyone's reaction to getting the free peel and how happy it really made them. It's,
You're right, because medical professionals, I think, across the board, they spend a lot of time taking care of us, but it's nice for us to take care of them. And I know a lot of brands are also giving medical professionals out there in the field right now, like different discounts or perks and ways to give them some love.
Yes, to support the medical community for sure, and everything they're doing. Yeah, they're on the front lines.
Sure. How are the kids doing?
I'm lucky because the kids are still small, so they don't really know what's going on, right? For the 1.5-year-old.
Yeah, same with us.
Right? Nothing's really changed.
Yeah. My son feels like it's just summer break forever. Like he's just like, I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
My son misses school for sure. And he's 3, so he's in preschool. And they started doing the Zoom classes.
Oh, wow.
But
that's pretty young. Zoom at 3.
It's not working out, let me tell you. He doesn't like the Zoom classes, okay? All he does is start screaming caca and like jumping up and down on the couch. And all the other kids are sitting politely and watching. And I'm like, okay, this kid cannot do remote learning. This is not for him. So the remote learning for 3-year-olds in preschool, I just don't think it's going to work out for this household. So we're trying to...
You're not alone on that.
Right? Okay, thank you.
I mean, you're not alone on... I think depending on the age of your child, it's definitely, how much you're going to invest. I have a second grader, so it's more, I have to invest that time. I want him to be learning new concepts, but I also have a 3-year-old, and I'm just like, you can play all day. There's nothing else you need to do.
The second grader knew how to use a computer?
Yes, he actually, because I love computers. My husband loves computers, so we're a big computer family.
Yeah.
So we have that advantage. Yes, he knows how to utilize the computer.
They're more independent, so I think that makes sense to them. It makes sense to have them do the Zoom classes.
Yeah,
and be engaged. But the 3-year-old doesn't know how to use a computer. And I've tried for 3 years to keep them away from screens, and now I'm like, here's a screen.
I've always been very diligent about screen time, very diligent about what is shown and what is watched, and now I'm just like, I need you just occupied for an hour. So it's
the rules have all gone out the door. There's no rules in this house. I'm like, oh, you want banana chocolate chip bread for dinner? Sure, whatever you want. Yeah, let's do it. Whatever you want right now.
Exactly. It's so true.
Yeah.
But this was wonderful. I'm really glad we got to talk to you. I hope that any of
too.
our clients that tuned in that would like to know more about VIPL products, they can reach out to you, reach out to you, your account or the VIPL account.
Yeah, either way.
So we learned a lot about, if anyone else, before we wrap up, if anyone else has any questions, we had some great questions about skin maintenance and acne in the beginning. So before we hop off, if anyone else has any questions, please let us know. But I'm definitely going to be reaching out to some of the med spas that I go to and asking if they have any of those products that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and again, if they want us to drop ship to their clients, we're happy to do that. They don't have to lift a finger. We'll do all the work for them.
Thank you. And I agree. Yeah. Let's try to shop as small as we can.
Yeah.
As tempting as it is to, you know, hop on Amazon or whatever the case may be, you might even be able to get a better deal by going to your provider and asking them what they can give you.
Yeah, I think ask. You never know. They might be shipping. They might not be shipping, but it's better to ask.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I agree. Well, thank you.
Thank you. It was so good to connect.
This was awesome. It's great to see you. Maybe
hopefully
we'll do another
see you in
soon.
real life soon.
I know. I'll come by and visit. I think I'm going to need a peel badly.
Your skin looks perfect. Well, so good to talk to you. Thank you so much for having me.
Nice to talk to you too.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye, everybody.